I'm Amber Davies and welcome to Call to Stage. This is the space where musical theatre takes centre stage. From unforgettable backstage stories with incredible special guests to insights from my life and my theatre journey. We're leaving it all on the mic every single week, so let's jump in. Hi guys, welcome back to Call to Stage with me, Amber Davies. Now, the gal I've got sitting next to me, we're like low-key obsessed with each other.
Oh my God.
She's a full-time superstar, but also looks like a full-time supermodel. It's the incredible Amy Bartolomeo.
Oh.
Yay, I did it right!
I'm with it. That was beautiful.
You know, last night I messaged Amy on Instagram and I was like, babe, how on earth do I pronounce your second name? And she was like, well, you can say it like this or you can say it like you say it.
What, in Italian?
Yeah.
Bartolomeo.
And I was like, how were you graced with that second name? And I was graced with Davis.
No, but that's only because we're in England. It's so normal in Italy.
But babe,
Italy.
I don't know one person with that name.
Yeah, that's nice. I was talking to my mom about it when I messaged you and said, I told her that it's just like Smith. And she was like, no, Amy, it's not like Smith.
No.
It's not as like known as that. But it's just because in my family town, there's like I think it's like a construction company or something, or like I think it's an estate agent's that's called Di Bartolomeo. And so I've seen it ever since I was little and just thought everyone's called Di Bartolomeo, but apparently it's not that much.
And she messaged me and she was like, bottle of mayo. I was like, oh, thanks, love. Thanks for breaking it down for me.
Wow, actually. Rude. Someone put my face on a bottle of mayonnaise and
But it's Bartolomeo. Di Bartolomeo.
Yeah.
Di Bartolomeo.
See.
Amy Di
Bravissima.
Bartolomeo. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. Before we get into anything, I just want to tell you the story about me and Amy. So me and Amy had met, like been chatting on Instagram before we met, right?
Yeah.
Like way before. Yeah. So like we were like low-key pen pals.
Yeah.
Like loved it. Like besties instantly. Then I was like so drunk at her press night. Elton John was there. We were at where were we?
British Museum.
British Museum. It was a expensive evening.
Posh.
And they were doing these cocktails, so I was just grabbing two at a time. So you can only imagine I was gone. Anyway.
Yeah, it was great. The vodka on ice made me really happy. Yeah. I was just drinking straight.
Were you?
Yeah, it was great. It made me so happy. I had such a good time.
And basically saw Amy, said hi, hug. That's a bit blurry. However, one thing about me, doesn't matter if I'm half cut, whether I'm sober, I am always a wing woman.
Cupid.
I am always a wing woman. Anyway, so we're standing there, me and Amy having a picture, and I go, Amy, who is this guy taking our picture right now? Because my sister is single and he is carved by the angels. And she was like, oh yeah, that's my boyfriend of 10 years.
Lawrence.
And I'm not joking. You two like walked away and I just looked at you both and it was like I was looking at an A-list couple.
Oh, he is so beautiful though.
But you just took it. That could have gone so wrong.
No.
You were like, yeah, that's my boyfriend.
I love it. He gets hit on all the time. Men, women, everyone. Like if he is out, he's getting hit on. And I'm so proud. That's my man.
I love that. That's where our friendship began.
Yay.
But I am a wing woman no matter what.
Please, me too. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I'm Italian, so I was not in any way offended. I'm all about the love, babe. I'm like, let's set people up.
You were like, yeah, babe. It's my boyfriend.
Husband.
No. I was going to say.
Well be.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That time's,
oh my God.
No more
It's
boyfriend.
been 8 years. We've been through it all. Oh my God, we could totally go into just like romance and love and
no.
I want to know about yours.
We're gonna pull it back. Like, we've got so much to talk about with Amy. I mean,
I've seen who you have on the podcast, and you've definitely much less time than those. The
greats. Okay,
greats.
we'll talk. We're going to be talking about like you on rollerblades and things like that.
Please.
You know, but as Emily, which we'll talk about Prada in detail, but as the character Emily, have you got a specific pre-show ritual?
I've tried to be as cash as possible with this role. It means so much to me that I finally got this. I've been put in this position in the industry. I've been put in an original role. You know, it's in the biggest theatre in the West End, and it is such a big deal to me. And it's ticked so many bucket list, you know, boxes that I realized when getting into it, I needed to make it as chill as possible and not overthink it, not have, God, in Starlight Express, I was so young that you can do anything. I used to have like an espresso, a Red Bull and a Barocca before every show.
Okay. It was like
come
must
on!
have energy.
But this, I'm like trying my best to be as chill as possible. The only thing I ever do, and it's really cute actually, because I worry that I'm annoying to everyone, but I've always done the same warm up for like 8 years now. Funny, 8 and 8. But Matt Shaw, when I got Priscilla in New Zealand and I was going to be a diva, I said, I'd love to have my own warm up that I can do, and I just check myself before every show. And also something that maybe like pushes me slowly, that's then stretching my voice. But then I've stuck to it for 8 years. So, you know, I've probably got to a point and I'm like, we should probably do more now, Amy. But I've done that in every show, every day before every show.
Okay.
But it's cute when I share a dressing room, girls will do it with me.
Oh, really?
And then I've sent it to them and now like they take it on their shows. And now everyone like,
oh my God, can you send it to me?
Yeah.
Okay,
everyone
great.
that's a part of my life is like who I've done and shared dressing rooms with or know my actual warm-up, and it's their warm-up now, and I love it.
I love that.
Yeah.
So it's a warm-up dedicated to you. But this is actually a conversation that if we had more time, I'd get into it with you, but like, it's a conversation within the industry. When we go to these communal warm-ups with a company, and we get one warm-up for everyone, male, female, tenors,
Sopranos,
altos, belters, it shouldn't all fit everyone's voice.
No.
I love the fact that you have one that is like, you know, it's a boutique warm-up for you.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah.
And it's such a good check-in for like, I mean, might be a little bit toxic, but if I know I hit that like, there's a really high note. And if I know I can hit that, my shoulders go down and I go, I'm going to have a nice show.
Yeah.
So if I can hit that note, I'm going to have a nice show, which happens most of the time. So we're good.
And if it doesn't?
Run to someone's dressing room immediately, break down, and still do the show and be fine. Classic.
See? No one dies, ever. It's only a note. Have you ever considered doing a plan B show?
No.
Never?
Doesn't fit with me. Doesn't work for my mental health, funnily enough.
Okay.
But it's like so many things that you think you would say to your loved ones. Like I'd be like, babe, come on, you're sensational through the show. Who cares about that note? Do a plan B. But I physically can't do it myself. I don't see anything wrong in it.
Yeah.
But I just can't do it myself.
You're a Conti girl.
I am.
3 years?
1.
What?
1. Yeah, weird. I had a whole great, amazing that it happened to me, but weird training situation.
Did you have just
started at Lanes, and I thought I was a dancer. I couldn't sing in front of anyone, and it's, you know, I'm really hard on myself, but I'm absolutely getting there with singing in front of people. I can do it now, fine. But it's been a long time, but I just couldn't sing in front of anyone like easily. I still had to sing for the audition, and we still did the competitions, day 11s at the end of every week. We had these singing competitions at Lanes, but I lasted 2 months because I actually went with an injury because I did like festivals, dance competitions, shows. I jumped into, whoa, did you want to know this? I'm going there.
I want to know everything. I think this is really good for people.
I want young people to know this. Not about me, but like you can make it happen with 1 year of training. I jumped into splits before I went on stage for a festival. Maybe I was doing like my lyrical solo. And just literally the only way I can explain it is, remember those old school chairs? They were plastic and then they were stuck to, kind of like that chair, stuck to like rodded legs, and you could pull it like naughty kids would, pull it and it would go like really pop, like a really loud pop.
Yeah.
That's what my hip made. It was like the weirdest rip sound. So I ripped all the tendons and nerves around my hip joint. went to Lanes. There was days that I couldn't even walk to high school. I had to have days off high school then because I couldn't walk down the stairs. And then I went to Lanes and got in, and it was my dream. I was going to be a dancer.
Okay.
And it was my dream. And then like a month in, the physio looked at me and said, "You're never going to dance again." I thought my life was over.
Flipping hell.
Yeah, at like 18, and I thought that was the thing I was going to do. But oh my God, I am so grateful it happened to me. I would not be here.
Where you are today without it.
My God, it made me sing in front of people because I went home and went, how am I going to stay in the industry? And my mom and dad have, known that I was a singer. I just couldn't do it in front of people. And they were like, you need to sing. Yeah, total confidence. It's still confidence. I mean, it was like a crazy body experience the 1st of December when you came. Like, oh my God.
Really?
Oh my God. That was crazy.
God, you wouldn't think.
What?
You would not, baby.
Oh,
you
God.
owned that stage.
Really? Oh my God, I was terrified. Donatella Versace was there.
Yeah, I know. There was a lot of people in that audience. Even I was shitting myself. I was just sitting there. I was like, oof.
Oh God, it was a lot. It was, oh God, so grateful. So grateful. What a moment. I got to do that. But
And you had a really good show that day.
I had a show.
You had a really good show.
Oh, I love you. I'm proud that I did it. I'm proud that I didn't faint, honestly, because I was terrified. Anyway, moral of the story is take everything in your stride. And when you think something is like a door is closed, no, it means that like my whole life had opened. So I went to a music school, didn't do well there because I didn't know how to express myself by writing. I knew how to express myself like this.
Yeah.
So finished quite quickly. And then went to Conti, and I got really lucky because I went for the singing course and they said, hold on, would you mind doing the musical theatre course, majoring in singing? So I did the way you would at Erdang. I'm sure you did, 7 dance classes a day?
Yeah.
I did 7 singing lessons a day for a year. And it was amazing. And I did some classes in third years. I did, but most of the time it was just 3 girls with a teacher learning how to sing, like learning how to do the things. And it was amazing for me. I got my agent there and then started to work. Exhausted.
The reason why I do this podcast is because no two people have the same story.
No, it's so good, isn't it, to talk?
And you know the amount of mental battles that you went through before even getting to college, before even getting to the last college.
Yeah, and it meant everything to me. Like I came from this really small town and...
What town?
It's called Rugeley.
Where?
In Staffordshire, in the Midlands.
Okay.
And it really is not a thing to move to London. It's not a thing to, be on, like, go and try and follow your dreams and be on stage. Follow your dreams, sure, but be in theatre and all that kind of stuff. It's so, my mom and dad are just the most amazing parents because it's them that got me here, really, truly.
And they believed in you.
They were the people that believed in me. Oh my God, it's so amazing. Yeah, I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Your debut was Starlight Express.
Yeah.
On rollerblades.
Skates.
And
quads.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Skates.
Easier than...
And you were swing and cover.
Yeah. Best.
That's hard. So firstly, did you skate before?
No. I mean, sure. I feel like we could have, as dancers, you could have put a pair of skates on and made it work, right?
Yeah.
But not, it couldn't go down 6-foot bowls and skate up bridges and, jump over people.
So basically, you were doing your West End debut. You were covering, you were swinging.
No, Germany.
It was your German debut.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Well, that's even bloody harder. So you're moving you're moving to another country. You're doing your professional debut.
Yeah.
In another language.
Yeah.
As a swing.
Yeah. But it was great because I'd only trained for 1 year. So my training was in the industry. Learned so much from so many people. Did so many different roles that helped. If you look at it on paper, my hardest job I'll ever do as my first job.
Yeah.
It might be mentally harder or, higher notes or what, but actually, if you look at it, skating around whilst doing a musical is is definitely going to be the hardest thing I ever do.
Yeah, especially when it's in another language.
Yeah, I mean, that was fine. I loved that.
Have you retained any of it?
Well, I could only say the show. That's one of my like party tricks.
And did you understand everything you were saying?
Yes. Yes. I was really, in the character, and I knew exactly what I was saying to everyone.
Did you have fun on that job?
Oh my God, so much fun.
Okay.
I broke my leg. I broke my leg again. One of the best things that ever happened to me. Got me out of the theatre. Yeah. Got me out of the contract, leg up and a cup of tea on. Thank you. No, bonded with my best friend who's now my agent. He's like my brother.
Okay.
Richard Levy, shout out. I met some fabulous people. I was in physio 8 hours a day, like college, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. I was in physio. You know when you see sure, we watch football, but when you see footballers break their legs and the bone is hanging out on the pitch and you're like, how are they ever going to go back to football? And then 4 months later, they're back on the pitch and you're like, oh, that was easy. That's who I was with. So I was with all the prima ballerinas of Germany. And I learned so much. The physiotherapists there, I really became really good friends with. We had one of my physios made me a birthday cake and brought it to the theatre. I was 21 and I was totally immersed in somewhere completely on my own and learned loads about life.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. It was really grounding.
You had a lot of serious life lessons.
Sure, we all do.
Yeah, but in dramatic ways.
Really?
Yes, you broke your leg.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So then you went on tour.
Yeah.
With Priscilla.
Yeah.
And then you were bumped up to Diva for New Zealand Priscilla.
Yeah.
Do you like tour?
I loved it.
Okay.
Again, it was I'm really grateful, actually. It was the perfect moment in my life to do tour, I think.
I think that happens to a lot of people.
It was great. Young, I mean, single, just no worries other than being completely selfish.
Yeah.
You see that now, but I didn't know that then. But you just live every day. What we're doing on the weekend. I was swing. What a great way to learn another way to swing, because it was only roles that I swung.
Okay.
So it was just Divas and Marion. So when I got on, I was like, I got to do this fabulous moment and I flew. I was assistant dance captain, so I learned loads creatively as well.
Okay. Big job for you then, that.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. And then being bumped up.
Yeah.
And then being flown to New Zealand.
Oh my God.
Like winning the lottery.
The lottery, waterfalls in the day and shows in the night. It was amazing.
It's like Priscilla. Do you think it was like your break?
I don't know. I feel like, honestly, Devil Wears Prada is my break because people are seeing me. I've done things, but just...
Can I say, to be honest, I always do my research and I sat down and I had no idea actually how much you'd done.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I mean. And I'm not surprised because I do say that. And people are like, no. And I'm like, I think with touring before I'd lived in Germany and then went on tour. It's not like I'd been in the West End and then went on tour and was the lead. It's very different. And then, it was just different. And then sadly, I mean, much worse happened. I'm fine. But I did Rock You. And I'd say that was a big break for me because it was a role. I was me.
Yeah.
But then didn't do any venues near London. So again, no one saw me do it, which is fine. And then in 6, really, apart from the people that were in the show and all our loved ones coming to see, who were fabulous, everyone had seen 6 by the time I was doing it.
What contract were you?
I took over from JJ. So I took over from original. Oh. But I think originals were there was only 2 girls left. Danielle Steers, I took over her cast. I took over...
Yeah, Nat. So Nat was there.
Yes. Of course she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, just didn't really get to see them. But yeah, took over from that. There was 3 of them left, sorry. Or 3 original girls left.
Oh, so you were quite early on then.
Yeah.
So you...
Do you think? Do you think that's quite early on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you experience the whole fandom?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm so not in touch with this. Beautiful people at Stage Door. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, gorgeous people at Stage Door.
Did you expect 6 to be what it was? Like, because like from an outside perspective, 6 is 6.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like so much different actually doing it. It's like, I'm going to use this as an example and I'm going to hate it, but it's like Love Island. You know, people love to see it from the outside, but it's so different from the inside.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's like with 6, when you're on stage doing the show, you are living the dream. It is everything that it looks like it is. It is that much fun. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just a full out track.
Demanding.
Yeah. It's so demanding. And I'm so glad, again, put another like learning curve into my, whatever you want to call it, career. But like, yeah, I learned how to do that kind of track. And to be fair, I only had one solo, but it was so demanding on the body.
I know.
The costumes are phenomenal, but mine was like concrete.
Heavy.
More not breathing or being able to move.
Okay.
More not being able to do that. That's what I look like in the show. That's why no one saw me do it. This is me in 6. No, you just can't.
Limited.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you want to like move because it's hip hop. I'm a hip hop dancer. But I wanted to move so much more. We'd rehearse in like leggings and trainers or our boots, and then put the costume on and be like, I want to move more.
Can you not get it altered?
Well, there's only so much you can do to it because it's so beautiful and it's so pretty and it's so perfect. And that is the 6 look. Like, I can't change that. I don't want to change that. But it was a learning curve to be able to work through. It's like wearing a corset.
Adapt.
Like Natalie, like all the Seymours are wearing 2 corsets. 2 corsets.
That's a bit excessive, isn't it? Like, this girl's got to do Heart of Stone, man.
Yeah, and then really dance. So yeah, it was great. And siblings, we all love each other so much. They're my queens first.
It's a real sisterhood.
Oh my God, I love them so much. Wow, what a bond. And we did the Queen's Jubilee.
I know.
We went to the palace. The Queens went to the palace. I mean, how lucky is that year? That is just I'd got a lucky year.
Yeah.
So it really was amazing.
Yeah. Myth, Rise and Fall of Orpheus. Did you talk about Bat Out of Hell?
No, we haven't.
Colosseum.
Yeah.
Did you do it with Colette?
No, she was just after me. God, love Colette. It was a tough contract for me, I'll be really honest.
Really?
Yeah, it was really tough. I'm a really positive person, and
yeah, you are.
I had a hard time.
Did you?
Yeah, it just happens sometimes, doesn't it? In contracts, like, it's nothing personal. It's not anything that was like, oh, this happened to me and Amy. No, it was just sometimes you have your Priscilla contracts, and then sometimes you have your Bat Out of Hell contracts, right? It was just a tough one.
That is so true. That is so true. And it all depends, like, even to the point, right, of what building you're in.
Oh, yeah.
Of your cast.
Yeah.
Who's your company manager.
Yeah.
Anything can affect the morale of a company.
I learned a lot, though, and I'll always take stuff from that contract. And I also learned that it was time for me to dig my heels in, be available, and maybe not work for a very, 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 very long time, but we'll see what happens, and start saying no and yes.
Power of no.
Yeah.
And I just think as well, you've got to be so brave
Yeah.
to put yourself in that mindset.
Yeah.
And you did it.
Yeah, but lots of women in the industry inspired me too. Like, everyone, I realized that most women who are in these fabulous positions that I'm inspired to be in have had to have a moment where they go, let's risk it. Let's do this right now. I'm going to be available. I don't know when I'm going to work again, but I want to play a role or be a strong alternate. That's what I said. That was my thing. Strong alternate or role. And that is how, you fabulous women, or all these women that I'm so inspired to be, get there. You go, right, no, I'm gonna not cover or swing anymore.
Strong.
I'm gonna try and get the role.
Are you glad you did all that though? Swing and cover.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my God,
you experienced
shaped
that.
me. who I am, no regrets. And I learned at a really young age, like I said, like, no, I don't like talking badly about Bat. And I don't mean it in a negative way. I did just have a hard time. But like, again, that only happened to me when I was 24. So great. Now I know that's not really what I want to do. And I won't allow myself to get into that kind of position again. And great, I've got the rest of my life to not do that.
Yeah, exactly. Saving best till last, we have to talk.
Please tell me you did that on purpose.
Emily, what?
That's Vanessa Williams' song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
As the sun comes down.
I mean, yeah, it was on purpose.
So good.
Let's talk about the iconic Emily.
Oh, she's so iconic. I love her so much.
God, if you want to play a role in the West End, it's that one.
Oh, wow.
She is Prada. Devil Wears Prada, isn't she?
I don't know. I love her. And it's just crazy that I've finally been able to make something myself. And I'm just getting so much love from it. Like, I can't believe the things you've been saying to me. And these beautiful people that I'm like, are you joking that you're messaging me right now? And what? Even from the dress run, which, oh my God, I spent the entire show just going, Amy, you need to move your legs now. That's all I did.
They were numb.
There was no acting. It was just, you need to go over to the other side of the stage in a minute. So move your legs.
All I remember, right, is it was the cast announcement for Prada. Firstly, like, everyone did that Vogue shoot.
Yeah.
Right, which is iconic. And
So
I just
cute,
thought,
right?
was obviously so much money in this. Yeah. But there was a video that came out.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I remember just thinking, who in God's name is that?
Whoa, this
is
hilarious.
I thought
this is being recorded.
I was like,
for
she's
me
obviously
to
like,
watch.
she can't sing. She's obviously like, they've literally picked a supermodel to play this role. Oh my God.
Whoa.
Right.
What?
So then she comes on stage on the press night and like the notes flying out of this girl and your comedy timing.
Oh, my love.
Like,
oh, wow.
it's seriously impressive stuff.
Oh,
like, it's
God.
perfect for you.
Oh,
like, no one
God.
could play this,
Oh.
like you.
Oh, God.
Did you have, obviously, being original cast holds a lot of weight, like tick, tick, tick.
Yeah.
Did you have any, like, creative freedom in the room?
Beyond. So, I don't know how to say this. I've been completely and utterly a part of who Emily is that you watch. She is very much who I wanted her to be and how I wanted her to be. This has been crazy dreams, like when it comes down to lines and lyrics and how she holds herself and oh God, and then suddenly I got this like huge storyline put into it. And you get to see this like whole moment for Emily. So you go on a full story. There's a full arc for Emily, which you don't really get in the film. Oh God, I've down to my hair color I chose, what I wear, and everything. Yeah, and with the way that I'm dressed and what I'm wearing and how high my heels are and everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So if it stays, right,
Mhm.
which
I don't know yet.
we don't know.
No.
And you don't stay, isn't it crazy that you have created that track for that role?
And she's like, what's amazing about her is what you're seeing on stage is me, really me, my mum. There is so many mum on there on stage. There is so much of my mum. My best friend, Regan Shepherd.
I love Regan.
Yeah.
He used to teach me.
Amazing. So there is moments, there's Adam Bailey in there. There is...
Oh my God, I love Adam.
There is all these amazing people. And I'm also being like unapologetically myself in moments for her as well, like the goofiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the nastiness.
It's like the role that you're meant to play the most is most like you, they say.
Really?
In some way, yeah.
Yeah, we've made her into that. I mean, there was moments in the creation of her because we had so much time creating her. I've now been in the contract for a year.
Yeah. Yeah, because you started in Plymouth, didn't you?
I started in January last year in the workshop.
Oh,
I got
okay.
the job a year and 3 months ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. The beautiful thing that Jerry Mitchell said to me was, Maggie Smith.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, took it away. And I was like, what does he mean? And I really dissected it. And I was like, that's absolutely genius.
Yeah.
Because she gets away with everything and you still love her, but she can be really mean.
That's what it is. She's lovable.
Oh, that's all I wanted. I wanted her to be really human.
That's really hard to play like a villain.
Yeah.
And yet fall in love with her.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. That was my that was my goal. I was like, there's going to be so much human in her that people are either going to relate to her themselves, or they're going to be like, oh my God, she is in the office. And I've had people at stage door going, we have an Emily at the office. Yeah. We know her. And it's like, yeah, because it's a bit deep. It's therapizing the situation, but like no one is that mean for no reason.
Yeah, hurt people hurt people.
In it. No one is a one-dimensional bitch. No. And we did not want her to be a one-dimensional bitch. And then when I heard the songs for her, I've got 2 songs. How wonderful.
I know. Stunning.
2 fabulous songs. I'm like, oh, there she is. And then we really changed How to Survive at Runway. At one point, we were in Plymouth, and not that this was a bad thing, because we had changed, even in London, How to Survive at Runway, my first song, changed every day in tech at one point. And oh my God, there's this, is it? Oh God, I can't even say fans. Why can't I say fans? The fans that film the show, and there's one that does a really good up close one.
Right.
There's a really up close video of me somewhere, and I've got my notepad as Emily, and my lyrics are on it because it changed that day. And I'm like, why is it so zoomed in? The lyrics, because it changed every single day. But at one point in Plymouth, 8 months ago or whatever, 6 months ago, she, at the start of the song, nearly went down the avenue of, in high school, I knew I was going to be number one. I've always been number one.
Okay.
And I looked at Matt and I was like, that doesn't feel right. And Matt Henry was like, that isn't Emily. And I was like, it's not. He was like, we were like, she's insecure and she's anxious and she's always wanted to be number one. Yeah. And that's the way she is. And so I spoke to Mark and he was like, yes. And then the next day came back and like reread the whole first verse. And there is so much in there that we have made, like I'm really made her. And also when we got to London, we got to have a bit more fun with lines from the film. So I added a few more of those in. Yeah. So I was like, we have to have Hideous Skirt Convention.
We had to. So firstly, we had the same creative team.
Yes.
So like Jerry,
Heaven.
Dom,
Darren. Oh, heaven.
Okay, I'm wrapping up.
Oh.
Was there, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, where was the pressure cooker for like needing to succeed in Emily?
A million.
I know.
Sadly.
It's because it's so iconic.
Yeah, it meant a lot to people, like people that love the film, love Emily. So it needed to nod to Emily and Emily Blunt. It needed to do the things that she does in the film, but then it needed to be a musical because I sing. And it also needed to not be, I actually tried to make her, I hope that you like how big she is, because I wanted her to be really, really small. I wanted it to be small and sharp and witty. And sometimes in some lines, it actually doesn't come across to the audience because you've got to hit, the back of the stalls, right? Or the top of the gallery. And so for some of the lines, I have made them slightly bigger than I was going for, but I hope that they read as not muted, but I wanted her to just be witty.
Okay. Not one time during the whole show did I think Panto.
Good.
Because I know people think bigger is less real, and that wasn't the case.
Okay, good.
Big can still be real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we just found that Jerry really helped. We really found, I hope, the sweet spot for her on the Dominion stage. It might be different if we did in a smaller house or whatever, but
you could pull it back. No,
it right.
It was faultless.
Oh God, you're faultless. Nice.
Thank you so much for listening, guys. If you want to hear Amy answering a couple of your personal questions, sign up to our Patreon on Call to Stage. I love you all. Bye.